Hey guys, today I'm doing a undercoating of a car so that we can prevent rust and make it last as long as possible, and I'm going to go over what areas you want to focus on and how to do it as cheaply as possible so that you can afford your cheap dreams. First, jack up the vehicle and support it with jack stands. If you don't have jack stands, then use ramps instead. Shake the can vigorously just like you would with spray paint. Any place you see metal, you want to cover fully and try to get from multiple angles to make sure that everything is got a proper coat. Another thing to note is that sometimes you can't always spray directly in the area that you want to get it into, but if you just spray a large amount into an open crevice, it will fall down onto the area that you're trying to cover. Take special care to completely cover suspension components, as suspension components tend to rust very quickly and cause very difficult times for mechanics doing repairs, which then can cause you to spend more money on parts that may not necessarily need it to be changed, and possibly extra labor cost. Be cautious to not get any rust inhibitor on the rotors, as it may cause glazing of the brake pads, causing you to have a loss of braking power to some extent. You may see me slow down and hit certain spots in a circular motion. What I'm doing there is actually spraying it into the holes of the frame. When you do this, you actually cause rust inhibitor to get inside the unibody that does not have any paint on it. When you do this, it greatly improves the rust protection, so I highly suggest doing this wherever you see a hole in the unibody. Here you can see me coating the brake line, specifically the emergency brake. This is really important, as the salty road water that splashes up onto this causes these brake lines to rust out all the time and makes it so that they can lock up and make it so that you cannot move your wheels. Typically speaking, there are two types of rust proofing that you can get done from a shop. First, there is paint. This works very well, but it only works well when you have a new vehicle. With a used vehicle, the rust that is underneath will still rust, cause bubbling of the paint, and then will just chip away, and then you'll have more rust come up from underneath. The second is when a shop will use pretty much just used motor oil that they will spray on the underbody. This works very well when you already have rust on a vehicle, but the problem is that you need to reapply every couple of years because it will wash away over time. So finally, you come to what I am using in this video. This is not intended to be used on vehicles, but after doing lots of research, I decided to use this. This is actually designed for boats, which makes it so that it's very good to stand up to salt water. And in different research that I did, I found that it had the longest life expectancy of usage, and it holds up extremely well to pressure washing. Here I am coating the fuel and brake lines. This is a no-brainer to take care of. These lines will rust out and cause a nightmare. Here I am coating the pinch welds. This is usually where the rust of a vehicle starts. When you see rocker panels on a truck that's rusted out or big holes underneath a vehicle, they start right here. So make sure that you get this done really well and that you get it from multiple angles. The product I am using is called CRC06026 Heavy Duty Corrosion Inhibitor. It comes in a 10-ounce can, and I found this on Amazon from several different sellers. Usually it costs about $13 per can, but when you buy it in bulk, you get 6 cans for $50, bringing the total to just over $8 per can. I will post a link below of where I found that, but just know I do not get paid for telling you about this. This is just me trying to help you out. If you're finding this helpful at all, please subscribe, as I'll be bringing you more content that will help you save money on multiple different subjects. Always look into your vehicle and see where it's prone to rust. On this vehicle, it was at the bottom of the doors where the water would pool on this lip, so I am covering that as well. I've had to replace multiple hood latches because of them rusting out, so I suggest doing this as well. Next, look through the engine compartment and try to find anything that looks like it might give you trouble. AC lines tend to rust badly because of the combination of steel and aluminum causes a high electron exchange rate, so definitely get those as well, if accessible. In the trunk area or rear hatch area, look around to see if there's any spots that may be rust prone. On this, bolting locations of the struts are a high rust area, so just give those a squirt as well. In reality, any place a screw bolts into the body is prone to rust.